This is the basal ganglia circuit. It's arguably the most important function of our body because it controls our decision making. It decides things like our emotions, executive orders, and even fine motor skills and motor learning. And so what are the parts to this? Well, we'll start with the cerebral cortex. And so you probably know what it is already, but it controls our consciousness. And most importantly, it makes the decisions. It will brainstorm and come up with every possible decision to be sent to the rest of the body. But the basal ganglia stops bad decisions from going through. And so it sends these signals to the striatum and the thalamus. And we'll get back to the thalamus, but first, the striatum is the one that chooses the good decisions. When it chooses a good decision, it works with the globus pallidus, which works with the thalamus to allow these decisions to be sent to the rest of the body. And so the substantia nigra helps it along by supplying dopamine to the system, good dopamine for good decisions, less dopamine for bad ones. And so when bad decisions occur and less dopamine is incurred, the system uses the GPE working together with the subthalamic nucleus to make it harder for those decisions to go through. And so when the decision is made, the thalamus is the one that carries out the action. It sends the signal to the rest of the body to start the action. And so how does this function play out? Well, when the striatum chooses a decision, it inhibits a part of the GPI. And what is inhibition? Well, inhibition is preventing neurons from sending signals to other neurons. And so the GPI is always doing that with the thalamus to prevent the cerebral cortex from sending bad signals to the rest of the body. And so when the striatum chooses a good decision, it inhibits a part of the GPI, which thereby disinhibits the thalamus, allowing certain actions from the cerebral cortex to pass through the thalamus. And, well, what if there's a bad decision? Well, the GPE works with the subthalamic nucleus to prevent that. The striatum inhibits the GPE, which disinhibits the subthalamic nucleus, that thing right there, and that sends a signal to the thalamus to make it harder for actions to pass through it.